Infamous Rooley Moor Road, the destroyer. The Towneley Loop destroyer. Right over to Cragvale. Drop down Cowp, Waterfoot. And I think it's about 4 mile of this, all told. So, I said it earlier, I'll say it again. If you're doing Mary Towneley Loop clockwise, be prepared to dig in and pedal. Gear your mind up mentally for doing it. The footage I've shown are mostly downhills, but you've got to remember that for every downhill there's an equally hard uphill. With all my whiffly waffly, I'm hitting these pebbles. Well, they're not even pebbles, they're big rocks. Boulders, fish-sized rocks, we'll call them. Unforgiving. So I'll see you in another, what, 40 minutes, I reckon, before we get any semblance of pedal-free cycling. Until then, I'll see you in a bit. So we're off the stones for a bit. We're on to these cobbles. Probably only about 100 yards of these cobbles. Then it goes back to stone. Then from stone it goes to cobbles. And then from cobbles it goes on to big paving flags. And then from that it goes on to like a rutted country road. Well, not even a road, it's not a road. It's another path. Pretty bumpety. And that's what it is all the way down. All the way back to Waterfoot, Cowp. It's not even a fire road. You can't call these like a fire road. They are not fire roads. Energy sapping. I kid you not. We're coming off this Roman road onto fish-sized boulders again. Just stop you in your tracks. You can't. I can't let go. I'm going to turn the camera off, but I can't let go. I've got to keep holding both hands. Right, let's do it. Never come down this. Each time we've done the Towneley Loop, we've done it in a clockwise direction, which takes us up this. We were trying to work out whether it's any better going in the opposite direction. I think so I concluded it wasn't. Right, let's have a perspective here. What we've done is that from there, come here, down, all the way, and then up. Thankfully there's no headwind on here. Bit of a blessing, eh? You can probably see how jerky it is on a camera. That gives you an idea of just how unlike a fire road it is. Respect to those Tour de France guys who do that section in France. What is it, 2 miles of cobbles, but they do that on a road bike with what, 20mm wide tyres. Respect. Respect. And they say they look for the smoothest path even on that. No, to speak too soon, right, a bloody headwind. Like, it was in Greek mythology. I'm sure the gods would be attacking me for saying there's no headwind. They'd be like, you spoke too soon, you silly git. I think it's more of a side wind actually. And when you get here, don't be deceived that this is it and think you're there. Don't let that brain confuddle you and con you, because you're not there. It goes on and on, as we shall see. Here's a moral for you. Is it a moral, a life story, a life lesson? The lad and dad, back in the day, walking on a track like this. And dad says to the lad, besides all the birds, son, what else can you hear? And son stops and listens, and he says, oh, I can hear a wagon coming, dad. And then dad says, I can hear that, son, as well, and that's an empty wagon. And as he's saying it's an empty wagon, the wagon comes past and it proved to be empty. And the lad says to his dad, how did you know it was an empty wagon, dad? Well, son, the louder the wagon, the emptier it is. And the lad carried that with him throughout his life, and he's one day here's a bloke belittling somebody else, telling everyone how good he is and how bad everybody else is. And what do you think the lad thought about? What story came to mind? I think the story that came to mind was the one about the noisier the wagon, the emptier it is. We all know the noisy wagon. See what I mean about it? Just keep on going. There's something going on at this back end here. I don't know what it is, but I don't want to stop. I'm in a zone. I don't want to stop and look at it. It's like I've lost pressure in the tyre. But like I say, I don't want to stop. I'm going to get a bite to eat at the bottom of here. What bottom? Is there a bottom? Again, it deceives you because you think you're going over there and thinking, yeah, it's going to drop down. But what's going to happen when I turn this corner? Your brain tells you you're going straight on and you're going to go down. But then you come across here. And then look, you come into another, like here, these big stones. And these are as unforgiving as the cobbles. Right, let's have a look what's going on. Right, I think we're at the top of this place. Are you alright, Troy?